guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie or Cakes, and today I want to become a frog. So we are just going to do a green eyeshadow look. I'm also going to get dressed up in my frog attire, so we will swap over to that after the makeup. So let's just hop right on into it. I don't think I'm going to be talking too much because I want to get through my base very quickly. Everything that I use, I always put it down in the description. If it's still available, I do link it with a tiny link. I don't make any money off of it. I'm not big enough for that, but I always make links myself so you guys can find the product. If it's not available anymore, I'll tell you whether it's discontinued, sold out, all of that jazz. Going in with my e.l.f. Hydro Power Grip Primer. It's being used up fairly quickly. I do think I'm going to replace it, but I saw that they have one that's Power Grip plus 10% niacinamide, and I'm very intrigued by that, so I kind of want to try that one. Instead of green, it's like a pink. I don't know, I'm intrigued. But also the poreless, like liquid putty primer, I want to try that one because I don't think I'm gonna buy my regular putty primer again. I just want to use it up and be done with it. Now I'm going in with my LA Girl tinted foundation. It is in the shade Warm Sienna. I think this is their warmest shade. It's relatively old, so we might have some oxidization going on. So sorry in advance for that. And I'm going to be using sponges today. This is from Kaleidos Makeup. I think that I actually absorbed a bit too much with my sponge, so I'm going to go in with just a little more. Because it's a tinted foundation, you can build it up, which is what I do like about it. There we go. I do think that it's begun to oxidize though. It just makes me just a little bit darker, which is okay. I feel like this is still within the realm of my skin tone, sort of. So it's fine. We're moving on to my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Deep Chestnut. This is definitely my new favorite so far. The only thing I think might be a problem is that it's just like kind of a paste. And it reminds me of the Kimchi Chic concealer that they have. This time I think I'm just going to go in with the same little sponge. My nose. Try and spread this out a bit more. Okay, this is what we're looking like. I can still see some of my discoloration like shining through the tinted foundation, and that's okay. I'm not going for like a full coverage look, or else I would have used my Fenty Soft Matte cushion that I made. Here is with my foundation and my concealer. Today I do feel like contouring just a little bit, so I'm going in with my Fenty Matchsticks in Espresso. I think I could probably get a lighter shade, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just gonna go right here. And then a little bit right here. The nose. Just a little bit a little right here. I'm just gonna use my sponge. I was gonna pull out my brush, but I kind of don't want to. And tap it in. Okay, so I definitely didn't do much, and I am going to zoom you guys in once I start doing my eyeshadow, because next we are going to be going in with my Senpai blush palette. The frog look that I have in mind, I want it to have like the rosy cheeks, and these have my favorite pinks in them. This very bright pink, this more muted tone, and then it's got some reds on this side. And I'm actually going to go in with both this shade and this shade. I'm going to use a fluffy brush. I'm going to start off very small with how much I'm adding. Okay, that's good. Do the other side, and then I'm going to add that brighter pink directly on top. I'm sorry, I can hear Lily scratching. Okay, I'm gonna go in with that brighter pink. Ooh. Oh my. Okay, so I may have added a lot. So I'm gonna try and tap some out with whatever's left over. Okay, that is actually a little better. And then I'm just going to tap one more time for my nose. Right, our blush is done. So I am now going to dip into my highlighter, which I am so excited for because, let me grab a good brush. We are going to be dipping into my Glamlight Scooby-Doo palette. I've said it before, I don't really like Glamlight, but this is one of my favorites because it's got the green up top and then it's got like a, no, green's on the bottom and then it's got like a purple pink at the top. And so we are going to be dipping into the green. It's a green all right. I definitely could have used a smaller brush, but that's fine. I'm also going to tap it in with my sponge. My nose. Yeah, I should have used a smaller brush because this is just kind of too big when it comes to my nose bridge, but that's fine. And then just a little bit on my chin. Okay, gonna go ahead and tap it in. Makes you look slick and like wet, but oh, I think in photos it can come off as a little too much and also not blending in as well as I would want it to, but I'm here for the color and I really like it, so it's fine. Now I am going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm going to be using my Creme Shop, and then I'm also going to use 1 drop of Inglot Duraline because it makes it all nice and creamy, which is what I really, really love. Need the spoolie off of this e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. Kind of make the shape that I want. Also, I think the air's been on the whole time, and I'm sorry, but it is disgustingly hot. Okay, I spread around my inglot. There's one eyebrow. I don't know if I can match them. I say that every time. I don't know if I can get them to match, but we will try. They're definitely not the same. But what can you do? You can only do your best. Okay, I'm going to go over it with a little bit of brow gel from my dual-ended Joa brow brush. This is not clear. It's in like a black brown, but I think it's more brown than anything. But the regular Joa brow down to me, like brow laminate in clear, my brows would not move. As a matter of fact, my brow would not move for 24 hours if I left it on there. That's my favorite one. So this one, it's okay, but I don't think it has as much hold as the clear one. So now I'm going to zoom you guys in. You can take a look at my face, and then we can hop into the eyeshadow. Okay, this is what we're working with. You can see my super bright highlight on my brows that don't match. We're going to move into eye territory. I'm going to be using my Colourpop cream shadow in Bronco. Sadly, they do not make this anymore. I don't know why. I think it's really good as a eyeshadow base. It just is. At least for me. Quickly get that on. Maybe a little messy, that's fine. Okay, there's one side. Okay, the shapes aren't the same. That's fine. I will probably clean it up later. Before we start applying shadow, I have a ton of palettes to show you guys because I'm just trying to look for a good green. And then it turns out that I have more greens than I thought I did. So number one, we've got the Planet Spirit palette from Oden's Eye and Betty Jean, aka Batty Bean. I absolutely love the pinks in this palette, is what I use on stream like all the time. Technically it does have this green shimmer that's very pretty, and then this is like a green but also kind of like a light teal. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but that is an option. Another one, surprisingly, is Batty Bean and Shroud. It's freaking Bat's palette. I'm only showing this because these are technically green, even though they kind of remind me of Throw Up, but in the best way. And then I love this shimmer right here. Of course, we have the YVA Expressions Magical Guardians Glimmer palette. I am only looking at Jupiter today because it's magnificent. I really like it. I think it could be pretty fun. And then Mercury also kind of has a green shift in there, but we're not locking into that. Another Oden's Eye palette that I have is the Merry Christmas palette. Sadly, you cannot get this again. I don't know if they're going to do a third run. Maybe. It sells out every time. It has the very nice, this is a green, and then this is more of a teal again, but then also has a really nice green shimmer. Then also has this shimmer too, and then this shimmer has green reflex in it. So it has a lot of shimmer potential to me. I don't use this palette nearly as enough as I thought I would, so I do want to dip into that. Got my Colourpop Hocus Pocus 2 palette. I've only used this one time. It has, I love this forest green, and then it has this really awesome green shimmer. This matte has suspended shimmer in it, and typically I don't mind that, but it's bad. It's not good. Okay, I've also got my Rude Cosmetics Attitude Academia palette. This one is good. This one is good. This is the only Rude Cosmetics palette that I have, but it has some really nice like khaki green in there. And then it also has really nice shimmers. I'm pretty sure you can still get this palette on their website. The last palette, I promise guys, is my Profusion Desert Sage palette. I've used this for everything. When I was a bridesmaid in a wedding, I literally only bought this because it had the greens that I wanted. As you can see there's been usage, of course. It's got really nice green tones, really nice green shimmer that I love dipping into. Some of the mattes are really bad though. That's the only downside. But I think that I will actually start with that palette instead. I'm going to be periodically spreading this back out because I have bad creases. My creases will fill up so quickly. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is go in with this green right here. I could use that entirely, or I could use it as a nice little mid-tone, and I think I'm just going to go with mid-tone this time. Get my other side. Okay, so I love the way that that's laying down, how you can see the green. I think what I'm actually going to go for is the deep green that's in this Hocus Pocus 2 palette. And I do have my shadow swap, really awesome sponge that you just dig it in to help clean it off. Yeah, so we're going to be dipping into Night of Sins, it's deep green. I remember performing pretty well, so I don't have any doubt that that's gonna be good. I'm gonna go to this outer edge. Oh, I need a denser brush for that. I kinda dig what we're doing. Quickly finish up this side before my camera dies on me. Don't worry, we're getting a dummy battery soon. We're gonna be elevating. Okay, we are going to move on to the shimmer after I fix up my eye just a little bit. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. All I did was raise up the entire shape of the eye and then I filled it in a bit more. I do like what we've got going on. I think I'm going to cover the rest of my eye in a shimmer or two. The thing is, I didn't realize that I had so many shimmers, so I've been trying to pick one. And let's try Yutaka from this Rude Cosmetics palette, see how I like it. If not, I will move on. Very fun, very pretty. Okay, I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm actually going to swap over to a different shimmer. Okay, this is what we've got so far. And now I think the other shimmer I'm going to use is from my Merry Christmas palette. Yeah, I want to try this shade, Elf Wish. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. Off camera, oh, it's really beautiful. It's just not really what I wanted. It's got like an orange to greenish gold shift. It's lovely. I don't think I ever tried this shade before, so I didn't know that it was going to have such a big shift. But since we already put it down, I'm going to go ahead and put it on my other eye. Tap, tap, tap. It's really pretty. It's just not what I was expecting at all. I should have paid more attention. It's got some fallout, but I don't mind it right now. We are gonna go in with a third green then. This is what it's looking like. I don't know if you can really tell. I also don't think it's covering up the primer underneath it very well. So I think I'm gonna try maybe New Year's, but it's deeper than the one from Cosmetics, so I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go ahead, get my inner corner. Inner corner, I will be going in with Snowman. It is a champagne, but it shifts to green, and I thought that was really pretty. So I'm gonna put that down with a brush. Yeah, I think, oh, the inner corner is really pretty. Okay, but the problem now is how to cover up that shift, because as pretty as it is, it's not really what I want. Bar talk in the background. Okay, we are back. I promise I didn't do that much. All I did was, again, raise this. I had to go over that green shimmer, so I went over with Handbook. I pretty much just covered it up, and that's pretty much it. I also added more of that very nice shimmer from the Oden's Eye palette. I added more to my inner lid. And so now I am going to go in with my lip. We're going to go in with my Chucky Glam Light. This is the Tiff lip liner. One thing, I think they ran out of the lipstick, so now they are only selling the lip liner. So if you want to just get the lip liner, that's an option. There we go. That's what I wanted. And then this is a lipstick that I don't use very often. We're going to try out my Brooklyn shade from the Creme shop. It's more of like a soft satin lipstick. I don't think they have this shade range anymore. I do like how they blend into each other, even though I kind of wish that the lipstick was just slightly more brown. But it is really smooth. And I'm just going to go over that with my Essence Crystal Clear. It's not crystal clear anymore, but it was once upon a time. We're glossed up. And so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some mascara. This is my Rare Beauty one. We're not really going to spray down. I am going to add a little bit of the deep green to right here on my under eye so I can kind of connect the two. The shade is a little bit on the powdery side. It's kind of working. I should have used a smaller brush. In just to deepen it back up. And you know what? I'm actually going to also try this shade Cursed. This light green one that I'm not really a fan of, just to kind of see how it would look. You can't really see it. Oh, there's a little fly in here. Get away from me. You can't really see it. That's fine. We tried. I love how I keep saying the last thing when I forget something. We're gonna try this Colourpop Hocus Pocus liner in the shade Locket. It is the Slytherin shade. This is the box. Again, if you do not want to support Harry Potter, completely understandable. I know NYX also has a liner that's definitely going to be in this deep green shade. I haven't done graphic liner in a hot second, so please bear with me. You can't really see it. You can't really see it. Oh no. It blends in a little too well to the green, but since I've already put it on that side, I'm going to go ahead and put it on this other side as well, which is fine. I really just wanted to see how it would look all together. Okay, we are actually going to transition to another room in the house. I will be in my full froggy attire, and then we will close out the video. Okay, this is the final outfit. This is my final frog transformation. Let me get on nice and close so you can see me. It is very bright out, so I'm sorry for the really weird lighting. I also cut this wig myself, but I'm wearing my very one and only Frappy shirt from My Hero with Colourpop, and then I also have my frog bag, which on the opposite side has so many pins now from all of the cons that I've gone to. And then I'm wearing my mom jeans, which now fit so well. As a matter of fact, they're actually a little too big now, so I think I've actually gone down maybe in a waist size. And then I'm not sure if you can see from this far away, but I'm wearing my Colourpop slippers that I actually just got from MomoCon, and they're very cute, very squishy, very soft. And so this is my final look. Here's the makeup. I love how I spent so much time on my eyebrows only to cover them up by the bangs. I didn't think about that. What do we think? Do we think that I make a cute frog? Please let me know down in the comments. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. And what animal should I try to become next video? You let me know. Bye!